Hi you guys, this is Barbie Baptiste Gardner with Mommy Sense, Mastering Our Maze to Success. Today I have been purging all day and it has been very exhausting. Um, it was really mentally draining. I've purged before, but I don't know if I purged for this long by myself before, but yeah, I'm not done. I'm not even close to done. So, anyway, the reason that I started purging in the first place is I was doing a financial exercise with someone I mentioned before, Catherine Zenkina. She's known as, I hope I pronounced her last name correctly. She's known as Manifestation Babe. So, she had a financial exercise where you purge what's in your wallet. She said that money is just paper and there is energy attached to this. So she said if you want money to come in, you need to clean out that space so it has space to come in. That makes sense to me. Get all the receipts out, all the junk you don't need, release it. Another thing she said, I don't know if anyone is familiar with saging, burning sage, and getting out bad energy. I've heard of that, like doing that within your house before, but I've never heard of it in this type of small space. So she said to also sage that area for any bad energy after you clean it out. And then the final step that she said was so that you associate abundance and financial prosperity with your finances in your wallet, to put large bills in there, like $200 to $300, so that when you look in that space, you are making a mental connection to that. So that was fine. That was great. I love that exercise. I had never heard of those steps before. They made sense to me. It's like I'm willing to try it. And then after I finished it, I looked around and I saw so many areas in my house that I needed to purge. I said, thinking of that, what she's saying, if having excess is blocking things, then what am I blocking in my life? Like, by not cleaning out these areas. I was really, I knew I needed to purge anyway, but after doing that, I guess once you start doing something, then you just, want to keep doing it. So this was not part of the exercise, but of course I started purging my house. So, okay. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. It's an older movie with, it's not that old, with Bradley Cooper. It's called Limitless. And in the movie, they tell you how, we only access 10 to 20% of our brains. I think that's what it is. That's what we normally utilize. And he takes a pill and it gives him full ability to access every part of his brain. Excuse me. So as soon as he takes the pill, everything becomes clear. He sees things differently. But when he took the pill for the first time, he was having a hard time in life. He was living in a small apartment, and the space was, dirty and it was cluttered. As soon as he takes the pill, the very first thing he does is he cleans his space. He throws things out. He doesn't just like straighten up. Like, it looks like a whole different thing. He completely, it was like a minimalist type of environment after that. And he worked from there. He was very productive. And I never forgot that. I always felt like there is a connection between, having not so much and being able to function like that. There is a connection with that. When you see clutter, that's a block. Yeah, I knew that, but I still needed to do some areas. so, um, so I had some notes I wanted to make sure. Okay, limitless. Okay. So one of the things that I want to make sure that I do as well is I purged, and there's still more to go. But when I'm trying to clear things out, I'm like asking myself all these questions, trying to get rid of things. If I have somebody with me, it's a little bit easier who can help me and say, Barbie, you don't need that. But it's a big job. But when I'm by myself, one of the strategies that I know I'm going to have to do is take a second pass at things, just in order to keep moving. Some things that I'm like not sure about, want to file, I'll just keep them. And now I have to do, after I do everything, I'm going to do a second pass. And in that second pass, I'm going to ask myself on those things, does that serve me at my highest self that I want to be at, that that my goals are at? Do I need this there? Do I need any type of paperwork when we're in a world where so many things are online? Trying to be paperless if you can, just so many things. But just in order to keep it moving, I just had to do my first pass the way that I had to do it. But I want to get rid of a lot of things. I want to move eventually, and I don't want to take those things with me that I don't need, things I hadn't seen in years. I don't need that. I want to be lighter. So that's it. It was a purge party over here. Oh, I said purging and podcast. Maybe that's another reason I felt like all stirred up, because I was purging, and then you look at old pictures, old things, and it's like emotional, good ways and bad ways. I was looking at pictures of my kids. I was like, oh, they're getting so big. And then at the same time, I was listening to podcasts. So then I'm learning things at the same time. So it was good. It was good. Have a great rest of your weekend. One more day off. All right. This is Barbie Baptiste Gardner. Bye, guys.